The liveries for the Supercars Championship, there's been plenty that have been run throughout this season. There's been definitely some very good ones and also some okay ones. And I will be reviewing my top 5 list. Now this is an opinion piece, so don't judge me on it too hard. If you've got your opinion on what your top 5 liveries were, post them down in the comments below. And if you want to see more of me, drop a like and a sub and all that. And I'm also on TikTok and Instagram if you want to support me over there. Now, a few rules for this list. No retro liveries, so unfortunately the Thomas Randall Castrol retro will not be on this list. And also no indigenous liveries, mainly because that will be a separate video entirely. A few honourable mentions before I get things started. The revision of the Premier livery was good, that white and red one with the Premier logo on the back. The Grove livery when they ran at Taupo with all the New Zealand images splattered all over it with the silver. And a few Matt Stone Racing Cameron Hill liveries were good as well. The SP Tools livery was brilliant, and also the Supercars livery. Those two liveries were great, but they didn't quite get my top 5. So coming in at number 5 is, yes, another Matt Stone Racing livery, but it is a Nick Percat livery. It is the Bendix livery. Good season for Nick Percat, and for most, if not all the season, he was running this livery sponsored by Bendix. And the colours really matched with one another very well. The patterning on the Matt Stone liveries were good all season. It just depended on what colours worked with what. And these colours that were on the Bendix car worked extremely well. Plus, I gotta say that wee subtle fade on the outside of the sponsor name, the Bendix, looked very good and just made it stand out some more. At number 4 is a special livery that was run in the last 3 rounds of the championship. Again, it's the Grove Gold livery for the season. They did this last year as well, but with better results on track. And Penrite have always been very good at doing special liveries. I mean, they've been doing them ever since 2018, when they had those like reddish, glossy chrome liveries. But these ones looked very good. Not as good as last year's, but they looked extremely good. And they always debut them around Bathurst as well. It'll be interesting to see what they do next season. This was the livery used by Brodie Kostecki at Bathurst, and it just happened to be a winner. But even if it wasn't a winner, I'd put it high up on this list. I mean, the colours worked extremely well with each other, firstly. The patterning was good. There's no point having good colours working with each other if the pattern just looks shit. And it's just good to see such an old sponsor return to the grid like this. I mean, we haven't seen a chicken or roll car in 24 years. And the last one didn't do too well, so it was good to see this one show up. Hopefully for the fans' sake, Chico Rolls appears on more Erebus cars. Number 2 was a full season livery. It was Red Bull Ampol Racing's effort for this season. I'd say this livery was more of an evolution than a revolution compared to last season's livery. Last season's livery was good, but it had those weird fucking like red bits on it that just stood out, unfortunately, and just sort of ruined the livery. This one, it just gets rid of the red and just has like a matte purplish bluish finish. I don't know, I'm colorblind. And it's probably the best Red Bull livery since 2017. When before that, and from 2013 onwards, they were just banger after banger after banger. Then after 2017, we got the ZB liveries, which were, they just put white on it that didn't need white. Thankfully, they've gotten rid of most if not all the white, and it just becomes a sleek, bold design that, even though it's not really a design, it's just a colour, it just looks great. And in the first position for my top 5 liveries for this season was the Walkinshaw Andretti United Black livery. This was run towards the second half of the season after Sydney Motorsport Park. They had a black livery for the Indigenous round, which looked really, really good, but they ran this livery from Sydney Motorsport Park onwards. Originally, this was just meant to be a one-off, celebrating Walkinshaw's 50th, or Mobil's 50th anniversary, sorry. But they decided to keep it on with the black livery, just replacing the gold. And the Pegasus, well, the Pegasus looked really good. It's good to see that back on a mobile livery for the first time since 1999. So that's my video about the best 5 liveries for this season. No, I will not make a worst 5 liveries because honestly there wasn't really any shit ones. If you like what you see, give a like and a follow and subscribe and all that. And also subscribe and follow whatever on my TikTok and Instagram. Especially on TikTok if you're into the summer New Zealand racing, because I am doing, hopefully, all the driver announcements for the Castrol Toyota Formula Regional Oceania Series, or CT Frog. But enjoy your day and see you in the next video of running on 7 cylinders.